friends, welcome back to Beer and Beauty. It's Kasha. Today's video is going to be my highlighter declutter. I really don't know what's going to happen in this video today. I don't know if it's going to be a brutal declutter, if it's going to be a not so brutal declutter. It seems like it won't be that brutal, but there's definitely a couple things I'd like to downsize here before my big Los Angeles move. I'm really excited to get into it. I'm actually really excited to kind of compare some of these highlighters that I have in front of me right now. But one of the things I'm most excited about is to try today's beer of the day. It's from Thomas Hooker Brewery, which is a brewery from Connecticut, and this one's called the Chocolate Truffle Stout. There's like another brewery, I forget where it's from, but there's another brewery, I think it's called Four Quarters or something like that. They're like known for making really delicious like dessert flavored beers. Like they have like a tiramisu one, they have like a chocolate donut one, and they're really good. So I wonder if this one's gonna be like that too. Let's check it out. Cheers. It's good. It's not like overly desserty. It's got chocolate notes. It's tasty chocolate stout, but it's not like a full meal or a dessert. It's not like too thick or anything like that. It's not too syrupy. And it's 5.9%, so that's pretty normal for like a craft beer. And it's sweet and velvety. It says here, the character, sweet and velvety. Copious amount of oat malt produce a silky, full-body beer laced with hints of roast and chocolate derived from chocolate malts. Each sip ends with a mild chocolate bitterness from Munson's property chocolate powder added generously to the brew. Oh, cool. That's so fun. And I've been to this brewery before, and they make really good like IPAs as well. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with this beer. It's delicious. Cheers to that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the declutter because I'm excited to see what happens. Let's check it out. Alright friends, so this is all of my highlighters that I have to declutter today. Today we're just doing single highlighters rather than my entire highlighter collection. I also have tons of highlighters inside of palettes, and you can see that collection in my most recent face palette declutter, which I guess I'll leave that linked down below in the description. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I think somebody just moved in upstairs and they're doing a lot of heavy walking around, and there's nothing I can do about it. We're just gonna have to power through that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this declutter. The most prominent thing here is we've got these Cover FX highlighters that are still in the box. I got these at the beginning of my no-buy year, and I still haven't taken them out of the box. So that means I haven't tried them, and they still haven't been opened. So I think I'd like to try them before I decide upon getting rid of them, or keeping them, or what have you. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the keep pile for now. Next up, I've got the Desi and Katie highlighters. I've got, this one's Mirame, this one's Fuego. And I do like these quite a bit. I think Mirame was in my 2018 favorites, actually. I would like to keep a little running tally of my highlighters and how they swatch. These guys kind of have like a wet look, which I love. Those are really nice. Aren't those nice? So those I think I'm gonna keep. This is my newest highlighter, the Ciate Confetti highlighter. I got in a BoxyCharm just now, and I like it, but I don't know if I'll keep it next time I do a declutter. I don't know if it's that different from some of my other. It looks pretty close to Mirame, but like more peachy. And actually, this is an interesting highlighter because depending on where you swatch it, because of this confetti pattern, sometimes you can get it to be lighter or darker depending on where you swatch it, but it's mostly like this kind of peachy kind of shimmer. So I'm gonna hold on to this one for now. I wanna get to know it a little bit better before I decide upon it. All right, let's go through the Becca highlighters. I've got 6 here. I got 2 of these liquids, and I've got 2 minis and 2 biggies, 2 full-size ones. So this one and Moonstone I'm gonna keep for now. And I'm actually considering possibly doing a project pan with this one. This is a nice light highlighter, really pretty. Really bridal looking, so I like to use that in my bridal kit quite a bit. I'll also leave my professional makeup kit video linked down below if you guys are interested in watching like that kind of collection video. So the Moonstone I'm gonna hold on to for now, and I think I'm gonna try to maybe even pan it in 2020. And maybe I'll even do the same thing to Opal. Opal's quite a bit darker, but also a classic. This, before, there was Champagne Pop, which I have right here. This was also in my project pan. Opal was the most popular one, but yeah, actually, it's pretty close to Fuego down here, but it's still pretty different. I actually have Champagne Pop in a palette, so I think I'm gonna, you know, after my project pan is over, I'm gonna declutter this one, but I'm gonna try to pan it as much as I can. Before that, oh, this wasn't supposed to be here. This I already decided I was gonna keep back in my blush video, but I guess I'll go ahead and swatch this highlighter compared to these guys. Ooh, that one's really shiny compared to all the ones I just swatched. That's awesome, but I'm gonna keep that one for now. Makeup Forever little duo. This is Becca Pearl. This is definitely the lightest highlighter I have in my collection, and I think this is the only one that I have that's like this icy and white. So that one I'm gonna hold on to, and still in really good shape. Looks still pretty new. Oh, and then I have these two liquid highlighters from Becca, these minis. I think I'm gonna declutter Opal. All year long I have not reached for these at all, but I really wanna mess with them a little bit. I think I'm more liable to mess around with Moonstone rather than Opal, so I'm gonna hold on to Moonstone and declutter Opal. Another one I cannot declutter as long as I shall live is this Anastasia Ambrisi highlighter. Oh, it's still so pretty just inside the packaging. It is an essential inside my kit. It works on so many different skin tones. It's very like blingy and reflective and pretty, and yeah, it's just like this beautiful pale gold that works on like almost every skin tone, like even really deep skin tones. It's really shiny, it's really bright, but it still looks beautiful. It doesn't look ashy or anything like that. So far so good, love that. I think one I can definitely let go is this City Color Glow Pro Stellar Iridescent highlight. I tried to give this a couple shots, and it was fine, it was beautiful. It's actually looks really kind of like hollow, but I have my Anastasia Glow Kits. I've got Aurora and Moonchild. I also have a Milk Blue highlighter, and even though this one looks really beautiful in the sun, in the light right now, it's almost kind of got like a quality of looking kind of like a black light is shining on it or something like that. It looks so cool. I think we're gonna declutter it. This one's in the shade Nebula. This one from Cover FX, the glitter drops. Let me just make sure I don't have one of these in here, which I do not. This is the color Nova? Yeah, Nova. I don't think this is even considered a highlighter. I think this is more glitter. I did use this a little bit as like a highlighter, and it's actually not so glittery that it doesn't work as a highlighter, and look how reflective it is. It is crazy. I think next time around, I haven't reached for this a ton this year, but I got it in a BoxyCharm in November of last year. But if I don't use it by the next time I do one of these declutters, then I will have to declutter it. But for now, I'm gonna hold on to it. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna declutter my Atelier highlighters. This one's called Purple Dream. I think eventually I might end up decluttering it, but for now I won't, just because I still want to get a little bit more use out of it. But the texture is amazing, and it looks amazing on the face. And it's got like a little bit of a purple reflect up there. Maybe I'll swatch it down here. The way it just kind of sits on the skin, it doesn't sink into fine lines or show a ton of texture. It just really like such a fine formula that it's just so beautiful. And honestly, the purple isn't so purple that it can't work in a normal, like, neutral look. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I think next time I might declutter this one, but for now, I'm still interested in trying it out and using it, so gonna hold on to that one for now. And the other one, this is actually one of my favorite highlighters that I used this year. Whoopsie, there's a ton out there. It just looks absolutely stunning. Like, if I ever want to use a powder highlight on a dewy look, this is my go-to, and it's just so beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it to say how pretty it is, but it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of my perfect highlighter. I love this thing so much. So I'm definitely keeping Summer Haze from Artist Couture. This Pretty Vulgar highlighter I got this year. It's pretty unique. It's It's like champagne pop, but not quite like champagne pop. It's like, there's something different about it. It's a little bit more pink reflected. So yeah, this one's a little bit more pink. Champagne pop is a little bit more peach. But I do reach for this one quite a bit, so I think I'm gonna hold on to it for now. Okay, I haven't decluttered much. But I think I'm gonna declutter some of the ones that are here, especially I think this one. This one's from Daisy and Pearl Natural Radiance Booster Highlighter. Oh yeah, I feel like it's starting to dry out and it doesn't have that much brilliance. It is a pretty like pink looking highlighter, but it reminds me a lot of Becca Rose Quartz, which I have in a palette. So I think I'm okay with passing this one on. I did enjoy it while I had it. I got it in a Nipsey bag and it was fun, but I'm ready to pass it on. All right, so we're down to these 4. So I'll go ahead and swatch these ColourPop highlighters. So this is the shade Wisp. And this I bought because of a Kathleen Lights kind of recommendation. And I think that one is so similar to Champagne Pop, honestly. I think this is Champagne Pop over here. Yeah, you can barely tell the difference. It's such a dupe, but it's still so good. And honestly, not a lot of these are that different. Let me think about that one for a second. And this one's the shade Lunch Money. The texture's still beautiful. That one reminds me of Moonstone from Becca. That one I think can go. I'm gonna declutter that one. And this one's Flexitarian. This one's kind of new. As you can see, I've barely actually touched it. Oh, look at that. It looks incredible. And it's kind of got like a lemon yellow kind of effect to it. Oh yeah, look at that. That one's the most crazy out of all of them. I don't know how to like show you that's gonna compare. Shines so much more than so many of the other colors. It's just like crazy. I don't know how to show you guys, but it just is icy white and it just shines so much more than any of the other colors. So I think I'm gonna keep that one for sure. And I think I better get rid of Wisp, because it is so close to Champagne Pop. So, yeah. And then the last one is one I already know I'm going to keep. This is a mini of the Fenty Hustla Baby highlight. This one's really unique. This one's like got kind of a gold to peach shift. I'm running out of spaces to like swatch it. Yeah, I love to wear that one in the summertime. That one's great. So I'm going to hold on to that. And as I'm combing through my collection, no, this is good. This is good. Over here we have the declutter pile. It's not huge. It's not that. Why is my bathroom so loud right now? So my declutter pile isn't that huge, but that's okay. This video is more of an inventory than it was a declutter, and it was also like a little swatch sesh. I think I'd like to spend a little bit more time like comparing dupes a little bit, because these over here all look pretty similar. Those are all Becca. I keep saying in every one of these declutter videos, I think the next declutter is going to be much more cutthroat. This one is my first declutter of my highlighters, so I just wanted to get to know what I even have in this collection. For now, I'm going to declutter these guys. And for now, I'm going to hold on to these guys. This is a fun and exciting collection. This was really pretty hard for me because I saw a use for basically everything here. The only things I knew for a fact I wanted to declutter were these 2 items. So the fact that I decluttered 4 extra items is good. And I think next time we're going to declutter a little bit harder. But how many am I keeping here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So less than 20. That's pretty good. Some things that are on the chopping block for next time. These 3, possibly this, possibly one of these little Becca ones, possibly even the big Becca, probably Purple Dream, maybe. And honestly, I can't tell the future from here on in. Some of my favorites were definitely these 3. These 3 are my favorites, so those will not be going, but we'll see. This highlighter over here actually really surprised me. This one's pretty like reflective. But yeah, that was my highlighter declutter video. So that is it, friends. That was my highlighter declutter. It was pretty enlightening. This didn't end up being much of a declutter video as much as it was more of like a getting to know my collection, swatching, taking an inventory of my collection. You know, highlighters are really fun. They're really pretty, and sometimes the way they look in a swatch, that doesn't really compare to the way they look on the face. So between now and the next declutter, I really want to take the time to make sure I'm using these highlighters and being mindful about what they look like on the skin, whether I like that or not, because 19 highlighters is honestly too much for one person with one face. Albeit I do use these in my kit a little bit, but even so, I've never hit pan on a highlighter before in my life. So perhaps I will this year, because I'm planning on perhaps putting one of these guys into a project pan, even though my project pan last year was not it had its hits and misses. I learned a lot from project panning, and I think giving it another shot, I might even learn more. So I'm definitely going to do some more project panning. I'll leave links down below to some of my other declutter videos that I mentioned, my palette video, my makeup kit video, as well as my project pan videos. I'm going to leave links to all that below, as well as some other recent stuff that I've done that I enjoy. So I hope you join me for that. If you like declutter videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, because I'm releasing a ton of them right now. I'm doing a whole bunch of them, and I hope you like this video. And I think that is it. Below, I also have my merch down below, my social media, if you want to follow me on any of that stuff. I do have some stuff on my Poshmark that I have decluttered recently, so check out my Poshmark page, which will be linked down below if you want to score some cheap makeup. And I think that is all the housekeeping. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. And until next time, cheers. Bye!